Hello and welcome to today's edition of the Danielle Daily. I am Danielle Watson. I really appreciate you guys joining me here today. Remember, you can get the replays of all of these videos on my YouTube channel at the Danielle Daily. I love it when you send me your questions through private message or when you leave them in the comments. Remember, I respond to each and every one of those personally. Just last week, I had my very first comment on one of these replays on YouTube, which was super exciting. And I actually just received another one, and I posted on my page that I hope it always feels this exciting to receive a comment on a YouTube video, because it put an instant smile on my face this morning. I've been feeling so incredibly under pressure recently, and I know that I'm the one putting myself under the pressure, but despite using my best management techniques, I seem to be able to release it, but then it's coming back. So something like that gives me an instant boost first thing in the morning is incredibly valuable right now. So thank you so much to you who left the comment on my YouTube video that something I said resonated with you. And I love it when you guys share your personal stories with me so I know what's going on with you. If you're watching, please type into the comments, hello. Now that I'm running this through the Danielle Daily page instead of through my personal page, I don't actually get to see that you're here unless you say hello. And I love to be able to say hello to you. So don't forget to do that, even if you tune in just a little bit later. So today we are talking about something that came up for me this morning when I was at my morning workout. There are certain things that, gosh, don't you just wish somebody would encourage you to do? And I want to tell you a little story about that. I will have today's note to self, and I also have a little bit of news to share with you. The big piece of news, if you tuned in yesterday, you heard that the manuscript for my book is finally completed. It will be a Kindle book first, and I expect to be able to get that uploaded to Kindle either this weekend or early next week. So I'm very excited. I will let everybody know once that's happened. Okay, so first things first. You know, sometimes you just really wish that somebody would encourage you to do something, that somebody would just lend that little bit of support to something you know that you already want and need to do. So this morning, I went to yoga, and as you guys know, I'm pretty regular at yoga. Last week, I managed to go actually to 8 classes, which was awesome. That was part of my stress management plan, to just go to the yoga studio and just leave it all on my mat. And it was really effective for me. And it's funny because when I walk into the yoga studio, you know, all you guys see this wonderful positive side of me, but when I walk into the yoga studio, that's sort of my outlet, my vent for when I want to get rid of stuff. And so it's funny because I think the people at the front desk at the yoga studio probably see a completely different side of me, because when I walk through the door, I'm ready to just let out all of my stress and all of my anxiety and everything on my yoga mat. Now, when I leave, I'm smiling and I'm happy, but it's probably a Jekyll and Hyde situation where I walk in looking one way and I walk out looking a completely different way. And I love that I have that outlet. Well, this week has been super busy. I have not allowed myself to cut my workouts out of my routine, but what I have done is I've had to scale back a little bit. So usually I'm able to exercise as much as I like, but this week I'm just barely squeaking it in at each day, and it means that I'm having to choose to go to classes that are not my preference. I saw somebody's head go across the screen. I don't know who that was, so type hello into the comments so that I know you're here. Sometimes they go by so fast I can't identify you just based on this little tiny head that floats across the screen, but thank you for the thumbs ups. So I went to class this morning. In spite of my busy schedule and in spite of the fact that it wasn't my first choice of class I wanted to go to, because I had something I needed to do at the time that I normally like to go. And it looks like Nadia's here. Yay! Thank you for joining me, Nadia. It's awesome to see you. So I went to class, and it was really interesting because the teacher, she's awesome. I love her. She was talking about loving yourself and self-love, and what she was presenting with self-love today was to really push yourself in your workout, to push yourself, and that is a great way to show your self-love. And while I don't disagree with her, I feel like we get that message all around us so much, to push yourself more, to expect more of yourself, to eke out that last little bit, to take yourself to that edge or and even beyond it, and to push. And I feel like our whole society is set up with this premise as if people don't encourage us to push ourselves, we might not do all we're capable of. But I don't know a single person who isn't already pushing themselves near their limit. And as I was there on my mat this morning, I thought, I really wish I could come into a class and somebody would say, you know what? Give yourself some grace today. You know, when you're feeling like you can't do anymore, instead of eking out those last two, whatever it is, just stop. Just stop and take some breaths. Just relax. It's going to be okay. You're going to get the result that you want. You don't have to push yourself all the way to the end. Because I don't know about you, but I am already pushing myself to my capabilities. It's not a problem. I don't need anyone to tell me to push harder. And I thought, you know what? If I am laying there wishing that somebody would do that for me, that is the sign that I need to do that for others. That if there's nobody else who's going to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be the person who says, give yourself some grace. You are already doing everything that you need to do. You are already doing all that you are capable of in this moment. What you are doing is enough. And just give yourself a little bit of grace, a little bit of slack. Just let yourself off the hook a little bit. When you're tired, instead of trying to do more, take a rest. I saw some more thumbs ups and hearts go across the screen. I'm not sure who that is. So if you're here, please type your name into the comments. Let me know, have you ever been somewhere and just wished that anybody would just encourage you to give yourself grace? I'm pretty good about giving it to myself. When it comes to exercise, I'm not one to overdo, but in other areas of life, certainly. And I think that it would be really nice to have more people out there in the world who were encouraging us to give ourselves grace, to cut ourselves some slack. And I don't think that there would be any detrimental effect because of that. I don't think that any of us are in danger of no longer doing all we can do because somebody helped us let ourselves off the hook for the day. I think that for many of us, if there were people out there encouraging us to give ourselves grace, we might be more inclined to do it more regularly. And in fact, in the end, I think we would be more productive. That's just my take. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. Let me know if there's anybody out there who you feel like is encouraging you to give yourself grace. I feel like there's just so many voices out there telling us to push, telling us to do more, telling us to, break free of whatever self-imposed limitations. And it's like, there are some days when you're just like, couldn't somebody just say, it's okay, just do what you can do, it's enough. And so I've decided, if nobody's going to do it for me, I'm at least going to be that voice for other people. So let me know if that resonates with you. I do have today's note to self for you. I would love to hear your take on whether you feel like you need people to push you, or if it would be really nice to have somebody out there who is encouraging you to give yourself grace. I don't know. Let me hear from you. Alrighty, so today's note to self, and then I have a little piece of news for you. Like I said, the big news was yesterday. Yesterday was the 50th episode. Yesterday I found out live on the show that the manuscript for my book was completed, and I should have it uploaded this weekend, if not early next week, to Kindle, where you'll be able to get access to it. That is my Dear Self, I Love You book. I'm very excited for the world to see it. It's huge. It's like almost 400 pages. It's a daily note to self that I wrote to myself over the past year, and then a little bit of explanation about why I wrote it and where I am now. And it's so beautiful. I cannot wait for you to see it. All right, are you ready to write down today's note to self? I stalled a little bit so you could grab a pen and pencil. Here it is. It says, you're not going to be surprised at all. It says, Dear Self, show yourself a little grace. Love me. So I'll read it one more time. Today's note to self says, Dear Self, show yourself a little grace. This is something I am constantly working with, trying to show this overachieving mind that it's okay to give myself some grace. When I do, I feel better. Like this week, letting myself make time in my schedule to be able to do my workouts, letting myself make time in my schedule to be able to meditate, letting myself go and enjoy a wine and cheese social this afternoon instead of staying home and keeping after it and trying to get to the bottom of my to-do list. You know, it's not an easy thing to do, but I'm doing it because I think it's important, and I think that it will get me where I want to go ultimately in better shape. And, you know, isn't there that saying about, you know, it's the journey, not the destination? Well, gosh, I certainly want to see the destination, but I also want to enjoy the journey along the way. So I'm doing my best to try to do what I need to do for myself, but there's a lot to do, and when you're doing it all on your own, especially if you're somebody like me who maybe didn't have to do it all on your own when you were younger, and so it's your first time doing it all on your own, doing all the adulting, and if you're like me and you also have your own business as well, it's a lot. It's really a lot, and we have to take those opportunities to give ourselves some grace, to let ourselves off the hook, to just say, do what you can do, it's enough. One more time on the note to self, and then I'll give you the little bit of news, and then I'll let you get on with your day. So, last time here. Dear self, show yourself a little grace. And I always sign mine, love me. So here is the little bit of news. We will have the Danielle Daily Show tomorrow. The Danielle Daily Show is not going away anytime soon. However, I am going to take Christmas vacation. I am going to visit my family next week. I will be out of town until December 28th. So I have decided that while I am out of town, I am not going to try to cram in doing the Danielle Daily Show. As much as I love you guys and I want to do that, I don't really want to drag all my equipment, and I don't want to worry about having any responsibilities. I just want to be with my family. I just want to enjoy being present with them. That doesn't mean I might not hop on, occasionally on my personal page, but there will be no official show for the next 2 weeks. I will be here tomorrow, but for the next 2 weeks, I will be on Christmas vacation. It feels like being in like elementary school or high school again. Remember when you would get 2 weeks off and you didn't have anything you had to do? I am going to give myself that gift. That is the grace that I'm going to give myself. So I'm going to continue to work hard and do what I need to do. But next week, I am going on vacation, and the week after that, I'm still going to be on vacation, but I will see you guys back here soon. I will let you know when the next episode is going to happen. I really appreciate you joining me. I really appreciate you sharing and liking these broadcasts. I just can't thank you enough for being here, because without you guys here, I would have given up on this show long ago. It makes it possible for me to do this, having you here and having people to interact with. Nadia says, hi Danielle, I love that note. Yay for vacation. Yay, yes, yay for vacation. I'm glad you like the note. Elena says, yay, enjoy your vacation. I'll miss the show. I know I'm going to miss the show too. I may pop in once in a while. I know, Elena, your little girl is going to be born so soon, and I cannot wait until we have the very first Danielle Daily Show baby. I think that is so exciting. I can't wait to see her little pictures. Nadia also says, me too, Danielle. I am so looking forward to 2 weeks of downtime. Oh my gosh, I know. When is the last time you or I have taken 2 weeks off, Nadia? I don't know about you, but I honestly can't remember the last time. It was probably sometime in some other decade. And I really think that we're going to come back better and stronger and fresher and more creative and looking even more fabulous than we already do because of it. Patricia says, happy trails. Hey, thank you so much for joining. Yes, 2 weeks off is an amazing adventure. I'm really, really excited about it. Let me give you guys the note to self one more time, just in case you joined me a little bit later in the broadcast. Remember, this is the Danielle Daily Show. I'm Danielle Watson. I give a note to self for you to use every single day. I hope that you'll write it down. I hope that it will inspire you in the moment when it needs to inspire you. Even if that's not today, that's why I can encourage you to write it down. down, keep it somewhere around your house. So the note to self says, dear self, show yourself a little grace. And then I always sign it, love me. Nadia says, far too long ago, Danielle. It's long overdue. Yeah, same here. So cheers to us taking 2 weeks off. I will see you guys back here tomorrow. I love you so much. Thank you for joining me. And until then, I have been Danielle Watson, and this is the Danielle Daily Show. Mwah! Bye.